Mr. Lorry closed the curtains and rushed to Lucy. He reassured her that her father was safe and that he was being helped by the people to find her husband. They passed the night without news, either good or bad. So Mr. Lorry, he went to Lucy and he just told Lucy that her father was safe and her father was being helped by the patriots to find out her husband. As a man of business, Mr. Lorry knew that hiding the wife of an immigrant prisoner at Tallison's might put the bank at risk. Therefore, when Dr. Manette did not return by noon the next day, they agreed that she and the others would rent a flat nearby. Mr. Lorry, as an employee of Tallison's bank, he knew it in a very well manner that he was hiding the wife of an immigrant in Tallison's bank's property. It can harm Tallison's bank in one or the other way. So when Dr. Manette he didn't return by the noon next day, all of them they agreed that it will be better if they are going to rent a flat nearby and there they should left Tallison's bank's properties so that because of them nobody can harm Tallison's bank's properties. After some searching, Mr. Lorry found them a suitable place in a quiet street not far from the bank. As soon as he helped them settle, providing them with necessary comforts and with Jerry as a protector, he returned to his business. So Mr. Lorry, he searched a suitable place and he searched that place nearby Tallison's bank only. He provided them all the essential things and he also ordered Jerry Cruncher to be with them as a protector. As he was about to close up, Mr. Lorry heard footsteps on the stairs. In a moment, a harsh-looking man stood in front of him, startling him. "May I help you?" "Don't you recognize me?" said the man. "Have I seen you somewhere? Perhaps at my cafe." The memory of this hard-faced jackass came back to him now. Ah, yes. So when Mr. Lorry he was about to leave, after providing all the essential comforts to Manette family at that flat, suddenly he heard the footsteps. And what he saw, a harsh-looking man was there in front of him. And that harsh-looking man and M. Defarge, they exchanged the words with each other. That harsh-looking man said that, "I think you have seen me at my cafe." So Mr. Lorry, he just realized that yes, he saw that hard-faced jackass some point of time in the past. Ah, yes. Defarge handed him a message from Dr. Manette, which read, "Charles is safe, but I cannot leave. Let the messenger see Lucy." So then that messenger, that harsh looking man was none other than M. Defarge. He handed over a message from Dr. Manette to Mr. Lorry, and what was written in that message? "Charles is safe, but I cannot leave. Let the messenger see Lucy." Mr. Lorry took Defarge down the steps out into the courtyard. Two women were waiting, knitting. The old banker thought that he recognized one of them. "Ma'am Defarge, surely." "Will she be coming with us?" "Yes, she needs to see the woman she'll protecting." So after reading that message, Mr. Lorry took Mr. Defarge along with him to the courtyard, and at the courtyard two women were there and they were waiting, they were knitting. The old banker, Mr. Lorry, realized that he recognized one of them. Of course, he recognized Ma'am Defarge, And M. Jafar said that she is the lady and she will accompany you to see Lucy and her child, because she wants to see the woman she will be protecting. So for that reason only. They finally arrived at the little home. Lucy was surprised to see Mr. Lorry so soon. Mr. Lorry explained the purpose of their visit. So finally they arrived at the little house. Lucy was very much surprised that Mr. Lorry has just left and he came back so soon. Mr. Lorry explained the whole purpose of coming back. Madame Defarge wishes to see those she will protect. Madame Defarge stopped knitting for a moment and pointed at little Lucy. Is this the child? Lucy went towards Madame Defarge, who had remained cold and distant. Can you help us? Your husband is not my business, only you and your daughter. When they left, Lucy was shaking with fear. Mr. Lorry put an arm around her shoulder. So Madame Defarge, she just stopped knitting for a moment and asked in a very cold manner, is this the child? Lucy went towards Madame Defarge, who was very cold in his attitude. Can you help us? Then she said, yes, only you and your daughter. I have to do nothing with your husband. I'll be protecting only you and your daughter. After that, Madame Defarge left. Then Lucy, she became very much worried with that cold attitude of Madame Defarge. Then Mr. Lorry, he just gave courage to Lucy. Courage, my dear. So far, all goes well. Lucy was not especially reassured. I know you are right, Mr. Lorry, but the woman left a cold chill in me. There was nothing to worry about, my dear. The truth was that the chill of Defarge's lay dark upon him too, and his discomfort was hard to conceal. So, Lucy Maron said that I know that things are going on smoothly, but that woman, her cold attitude filled anxiety and nervousness in me. Mr. Lorry said, there is nothing to worry. Defarges are like this only. It is very difficult to know the reason of this attitude. Many things were kept from Lucy Manet at this time. The first was 1100 prisoners had been killed at the violence of the previous 4 days and nights, and the streets around the prisoners were flowing with blood. The second was that Charles was in great danger, but alive thanks to his relation with Dr. Manet. So Mr. Lorry, he was hiding many things from Lucy Manet. First thing was that 1100 prisoners were killed in last 4 days, and the streets of the city were flowing with the blood. Second thing they were hiding, that Charles was in great danger, but he was alive because he was a relative of Dr. Manet. As for Dr. Manet, he had put aside the horrors of the prison past and thrown himself into the business of healing. He looked after victims and assassins alike. Those who had known him before said that he was a new man. On the other hand, in the Bastille prisoner, Dr. Manet, he became completely changed man. He just overcame through his horrors of the prison, and now he was giving a treatment to assassins and victims. He was treating in the same manner. He was back in the profession of a doctor, and he is giving treatment to victims as well as to assassins, means to prisoners and to patriots. Those people who know him in the past, they said that now Dr. Manette, they are seeing in front of him, he was a completely changed man, a new man.